Hey fight fans, Micah Frankel for CageMinds.com, here with Samantha Montoya, who's eagerly awaiting her amateur debut in MMA, taking on Ashlee Mastin. It's Annihilation 46, Friday, June 28th, just north of us up in Denver, Colorado. Thank you for the time, Samantha. How you feeling?
Nervous and excited. I'm feeling good.
Nervous, excited. It's the first time fighting, so let's take some steps back.
Okay.
Athletically, in school, what did you do athletically?
Everything. Well, what led to this was I wrestled. I wrestled for about 8 years through junior wrestling and all through high school with Valley. My dad's the head Valley wrestling coach. So I wrestled all through that, and then that's pretty much what led into this. But I've done volleyball, basketball, golf, soccer. Very athletic person.
So how did it translate then to wanting to go forward, then using that wrestling to go forward into MMA and combat sports?
Well, I had ran into a couple people like Russell and Lene and them, and they're like, with this wrestling skill, you should utilize it. Just come to the gym and try it. So I was like, okay, sweet, I'll try it. So I came in and I learned some jiu-jitsu under Coach Josh, which was awesome. He's a great coach. And then I did my first amateur boxing match back in December. And that was just an adrenaline rush, so that was really cool. And I just decided to kind of just leap into it and see where I can go with it.
The smokers around town, have you competed in any of those?
Just one here at the gym. I won by unanimous decision, and that was back in December. That's the only one I've done.
And you felt confident enough from that you're ready to step into the cage and broaden into that aspect without the headgear and everything? Definitely.
I enjoy sparring without the headgear. I feel like it makes my head huge, there's more to hit. But yeah, like I'm excited about it. I think with my wrestling ability and the jiu-jitsu I'm learning, it's going to be pretty good.
And then what's the sparring been like? We know Lene's around the gym. She's a pro already. So how's that been going?
It's intense, you know. She beats me up, but she's a great help. She pushes me to my limits, and that's what I need, though. Because sparring was definitely my weakest point, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with it now, definitely.
Going from that smoker up to the amateurs, gonna be another round, another minute added onto those rounds. What have you done cardiovascularly to get ready for that?
Well, Coach Josh does a lot of my conditioning, so I'm feeling great cardio-wise. We do, he calls it the Rip Quick classes, and it's just strength and conditioning, constant 45 minutes of just constant working out, hardly any breaks. And I can definitely, when I started it like 2 months ago to now, I can see the results like crazy. I don't get tired as easily, and I still have a lot of explosion. My recovery time is minimized.
So coming in here from that wrestling background and whatever the first mindset you had was, the fighter you've become today, what's the feelings in that transformation?
It feels good. I love this gym because there is so much of a wrestling background here, and they're able to utilize the skills I have and translate it to other stuff. Like, oh, you have this wrestling background, well, let me teach you this move in jiu-jitsu that a lot of wrestlers do well at, things like that. So I feel like it's a great place for me to utilize the skills I have and to grow from there.
So you said you really weren't looking to do this before you bumped into everybody.
Yeah, not really. Like, I had several people tell me you should get into it, you know what I mean? You have years of wrestling behind you. I wrestled all through high school, and I wasn't half bad. And I hadn't really ever thought about it, but I'm glad I came, definitely.
And now getting into it, could you see going back to a different form of work, a different lifestyle, something else?
Well, I did a lot of lifting before I started coming here, and I look back and I'm like, wow, that was so boring compared to this. Like, what was I thinking? This is so much more fun. So I'm glad. Yeah, this is definitely all around with my life is better.
So your thoughts on MMA as a whole and that lifestyle, what would they be?
I give everybody props who comes out here and does this kind of training. It's brutal and it's rough, and you have to have heart to get through practices, and you have to have heart to get through those fights, and anybody willing to try it and succeed in it, give them props completely. It's the best of the best athletes.
You're gonna have the small gloves on, going full force now, no headgear. Is it an excitement thinking about that? Is it a little bit of butterflies?
Oh.
How's those emotions?
Bunch of mixed emotions. Exciting. I'm looking forward to it just to see what I can do out there. I'm gonna see what I'm capable of doing, stand up, and then of course I always have wrestling to fall back on if that comes to the case. My jiu-jitsu skills. I'm just excited. It's super exciting. I get excited watching people from the gym fight, so I can't imagine how I'm going to feel out there.
And what do you think you're going to have to do to maintain your adrenaline level, to not have an adrenaline dump from the excitement of everything leading up to getting into the cage?
I'm just going to have to kind of focus myself, stay calm. That did happen to me in my smoker. I had an adrenaline dump because it was the first one, and I think I've kind of learned from it. When I'm sparring, I make sure I stay calm, relax, just kind of enjoy it out there. Like, I'm there to fight and I'm there to win, but I need to enjoy it because that's what makes it worth being out there, is enjoying it.
Then it's an amateur fight. Don't know if you have any thoughts or any opinion on your opponent, Ashlee. Do you know anything about her yet?
Not very much, no. I've looked her up. There's not too much. She's a 2-0 as an amateur, so I've seen a little bit of video, but there's not too much out there to really go on.
So 2-0, you're taking on someone that has the experience, has the measurables right there. So how's that feel for you as a challenge?
I was a little nervous at first, but talking to my coaches, and they have all the, I can't think of the word. They have all the faith. Yeah, faith. Sorry, they have all the faith in me, and they think I can go out there and do some work. So, hey, if they think I can do it, then might as well try.
If you had to describe what you're expecting your fighting style to be to people, what should they expect?
I don't know. Freestyle, I guess, because I'm working everything. I'm not just working one aspect of it. I'm working the stand-up, I'm working the ground and pound, I'm working takedowns, jiu-jitsu, anti-jiu-jitsu, not to get pulled in submissions. I'm working everything. And so that's what they should expect, everything.
And then for everybody also to let you know again, we're talking to Samantha Montoya. If you look up the fight, there was a little name confusion. What happened with that from what you know?
Coach Lenny, I guess whenever the promoter asked if he had any, she said AMI fighters at 110 as amateurs, and so he had responded to her saying he has an AMI at 110, Samantha Montoya. Well, she took it as Amy Samantha Montoya, not an amateur named Samantha Montoya, so he's called her and informed her that that's the wrong name, so hopefully it'll be fixed soon.
So at one moment we also heard a funny story that tied into that, you almost didn't think you were fighting?
Yeah, so I see a thing on Facebook because they tagged one of the guys from the gym here, and it says Amy Montoya, and I'm like, oh my, I've been training my butt off for the past month, are you kidding me right now? And I read a little further into it, and then I did say it said Amy Samantha Montoya, so I assumed it was a mishap there, and I let Coach Lenny know, and he definitely called and made sure that that was the issue, so I am fighting, yes. But
so if you got any nerves, they gotta be worked out by now. You've already had an experience that not most fighters have to deal with.
Definitely.
Well, it's coming up. I bet there's people that you want to thank, people that have helped you. Tell us about that.
Well, I want to thank Coach Lenny, Coach Josh, the great help, Coach Eric, Russell, Lanesh, a great sparring partner, a great jiu-jitsu partner, pretty much the whole Lovato Total Fitness family. You know, we're only as good as our teammates are, and they're here to push us all the way. That's what it's about.
Thank you for the time. Any last message?
No, that's it.
Annihilation 46. It's Friday, June 28th. It's up in Denver, Colorado. Thank you very much for the time. Everyone, if you're up there, look for your tickets and go out and support the local fighters.